University Challenge, the professionals. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Tonight sees another first-round match between two teams who, even though they now earn a living, are still prepared to put themselves up for the challenge we normally set the UK's brainiest students. The four teams with the highest scores will play again in the semi-finals, and last time a team of hospital consultants knocked up 190 against a team of Scottish lawyers who got 165. So those are the scores to beat tonight. First, a team representing the youngest institution in the contest at very roughly a year old. The Ministry of Justice team will probably know that government departments have fared pretty well in this contest in the past, with the Inland Revenue being our first series champions. Much is expected. Let's meet them.
Ministry of Justice was founded on Wednesday, 9th of May 2007 at 1 minute past midnight. It was formed from the former Department of Constitutional Affairs and former parts of the Home Office. Its responsibilities include the courts, the tribunals, prison service, the probation service and constitutional affairs.
St John's, Linham.
Blue Rinse.
Blue Rinse is right, yes.
Rob is the youngest member of our team and he has appeared in the student series representing St John's College, Oxford in 2001, where he was narrowly defeated in the final, so perhaps he's the most driven to succeed. Nigel has the knowledge on science in our team. His interest is in music, which he dances to, including hip-hop, tap and even salsa. Well, Andrew claims to be the dullest member of the team. He's currently head of the Civil Law and Justice Division. His interests include history, cricket and the drinking of real ale. I've always had a passion for history, geography and maps. However, please don't ask me about Paris Hilton because I don't know anything and I care even less. We're civil servants. None of us are ever going to play football for England. We're not going to front a rock band at Wembley Stadium. However, we feel that we can represent the Ministry of Justice on University Challenge.
So let's ask all of them to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Andrew Fraser. I'm from Chiswick in West London. I'm head of the Civil Law and Justice Division in Her Majesty's Court Service, which is part of the Ministry of Justice.
Hi, I'm Rob Linham. I'm originally from Hove in Sussex and I'm the head of Human Rights Policy in the Ministry of Justice.
And their captain.
My name is George Godin from Wallington in Surrey and I'm a financial accountant at the Ministry of Justice.
Hello, I'm Nigel Black from Wandsworth in London and I'm involved in the planning of new prison capacity.
Now, a treat for anyone who's ever watched University Challenge thinking, I could do better than that load of comedians. Tonight, we've got 4 comedians, but they surely have the advantage of experience in what many would regard as the most alarming way to earn a living from behind a microphone. Tonight, by contrast, should hold few terrors for them, but let's find out.
Who watches University Challenge and Professionals?
Comedy's quite simple, really. People attempt to be funny in front of others, hopefully in return for money. It's one of those jobs that when you get it right, there's nothing better than it in the world until the day you die, which can be on a weekly basis, obviously. My strength as captain of the team will probably be to control this disparate group of 3 squabbling comedians and try and get an answer out in time. Natalie's a trained classicist. She's also very keen on knitting and has an extraordinary knowledge of murder mystery cop shows. Simon comes from a law background, has a very broad knowledge of all strange things, probably best answering questions on whatever he's read on the toilet the night before. Paul is a quiz addict. He soaks up quizzes and listens to quizzes and manages to retain the information. His weakness probably will be his quickness on the buzzer and anticipating rather too soon. I've thought about the buzzer. I'm known in the business as Peter Graham, but I'm using my real name, Peter Walsingham, to buy an extra half a second. I think our team are a very disparate group and differently skilled. One thing I do know is they're all very keen to take the job seriously.
And let's ask the comedians to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Simon Evans from Brighton and I am a stand-up comedian.
Hello, I'm Paul Sinha from Crystal Palace, South London, and I'm a stand-up comedian.
And their captain?
Hello, I'm Peter Walsingham from Hertfordshire and I'm a comedy promoter.
Hello, I'm Natalie Haynes. I'm from London and I'm also a stand-up comedian.
OK, you all know the rules. 10 points for starters, 15 for bonuses, 5-point penalties for incorrect interruptions to starter questions. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's the first starter for 10. In September 2007, of which EU country did The Economist newspaper say a praline divorce is in order? The Prime Minister designate...
Comedians Walsingham.
Belgium.
Correct. You get the first set of bonuses then, comedians. They're on Thursdays in literature. Firstly, for 5 points, first published in its entirety in 1922. Which novel's narrative occurs on Thursday, the 16th of June, 1904?
Ulysses.
Ulysses.
Correct. A search by 4 school children for Thursday Street in Manchester leads them into which eponymous world in the 1965 novel for children by Alan Garner?
That is...
Is it Elodor?
Could be. It's not one I've read of his, but it could be. It's not.
Yeah, Elodor.
Elodor.
Correct. Concerning a poet who's voted onto the Central Council of Anarchists, each member of which has taken a day of the week as his code name, who was the author of the 1908 novel The Man Who Was Thursday?
Chesterton.
G.K. Chesterton.
It was. 10 points for this. What did Aristotle describe as an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of a certain magnitude, in language embellished with each kind of artistic ornament? The several kinds being
Comedians
found...
Evans.
Drama.
No, you lose 5 points. The several kinds being found in separate parts of the play, with incidents arousing pity and fear, wherewith to accomplish its catharsis of such emotions. One of you buzz.
Ministry of Justice Fraser.
Comedy.
No, it's tragedy. 10 points for this. Of which invention did the Canadian academic Lawrence J. Peters say that it has changed the American child from an irresistible force...
Comedian Sinha.
Television?
Exactly, to an immovable object. Your bonus is comedians are on the names of pubs. Firstly, for 5. Which pub name commemorates Colonel John Manners, eldest son of the 3rd Duke of Rutland, who often gave his men a small pension when they retired so they could open taverns?
Some with money, but I don't know.
Something with money.
No idea, sorry.
2 farthings.
No, it's the Marquess of Granby, which pub name, said to be the 3rd commonest in Britain, commemorates an incident which occurred after the Battle of Worcester in 1651.
The Royal Oak.
Correct. Which common pub name originally denoted the arms of John of Gaunt and after 1603 that of the Stuart monarchs?
We don't know.
That's the Red Lion. 10 points for this. Which suburb of Paris was the location of the signing of treaties between the Allies and the Ottoman Empire?
Ministry of Justice Godin.
The Treaty of Sèvres.
Correct. Your set of bonuses now. The first lot you've received, Ministry of Justice, they're on a number. What name referring to their approximate number was given to the volunteer force with which Garibaldi captured the island of Sicily in 1860?
It's 1,000.
Are you sure? I was thinking 300.
It's 1,000.
Shall we do it?
1,000. 1,000.
It is the 1,000. In which South American country was the civil war known as the War of 1,000 Days, fought between Liberals and Conservatives in the years 1899 to 1903?
Uruguay. I think no, not Uruguay.
Sounds feasible. Go on.
Paraguay.
No, it was Colombia. Okay. The phrase "the 1,000-day queen" has been used for which historical figure, referring to the period between her secret marriage and her execution?
Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn.
Correct. Another starter question. The sinoatrial node, a group of muscle cells in the wall...
Comedian Sinha.
Pacemaker.
Correct. You're a doctor, aren't you?
Yeah, well done.
Do you still practice?
Yes, I do.
But the patients are amused anyway. Right, your bonuses are on a bird. In The Merchant of Venice, of which bird does Portia say, if she should sing by day when every goose is cackling, she would be thought no better a musician than the wren?
Nightingale? No. Nightingale doesn't sing it during the day, isn't it?
Nightingale.
Nightingale is right. Writing to his fiancée Clara in 1840, which German composer claimed, I've been composing so much I cannot help it and should like to sing myself to death like a nightingale?
Robert Schumann.
Correct. Quote, a poet is a nightingale who sits in darkness and sings to cheer its own solitude with sweet sounds. Which of the Romantic poets wrote this in A Defence of Poetry, written 1821, a year before his death?
Keats. He was big into 1900s.
John Keats.
No, it was Shelley. We're going to take our first picture round now. For your picture starter, you will see a map of present-day Europe showing European Union member states. 10 points if you can name the country highlighted in red.
Ministry of Justice Godin.
Bulgaria.
Correct. Now, Ministry of Justice, Bulgaria joined the EU in 2007. For your bonuses, 3 countries that all joined the European Union on May the 1st, 2004. 5 points for each country you can identify. Firstly, A.
Slovenia.
Correct. Secondly, B.
Latvia.
Yes.
Latvia.
Yes. And finally, C.
Slovakia.
Well done. Another starter question. Arvicola terrestris, Buffo buffo, Meles meles, Talpa europea are the Linnaean names...
Ministry of Justice Fraser.
Birds. Gods.
No, you lose 5 points of the central characters in which novel of 1908? You may not confer, one of you may buzz. I'll tell you...
Comedian Sinha.
3 Men in a Boat.
No, it's The Wind in the Willows. 10 points for this. Which cheese is named after a village in which it is not permitted to be made?
Ministry of Justice Linham.
Stilton.
Correct. Your bonuses, Ministry of Justice, are on the history of science. In each case, give the decade of the 19th century in which the following occurred. Firstly, the mathematician Évariste Galois was killed in a duel, Faraday discovered electromagnetic induction, and Darwin sailed as naturalist on the Beagle.
1830s. Right. 1830s.
Correct. Secondly, Pasteur published his germ theory, Mendeleev formulated the periodic law, and Mendel published experiments in plant hybridization.
60s, I think.
60s.
Mendel was 60s.
Yeah, 60s.
1860s.
Correct, that gives you the lead. Roentgen discovered X-rays, J.J. Thomson hypothesized electrons, and the Curies isolated radium and polonium.
1890s.
1890s is correct. Another starter question. From Greek words meaning up and gather, what word has come to mean a collection of literary extracts or fragments? It's commonly used in the title of English...
Comedians Evans.
Anthology.
No, you lose 5 points. In the title of English translations of the words of the Chinese sage Confucius. One of you may buzz, Ministry of Justice. You're not going to. It's Analects. Too late. 10 points for this starter question. What name is given to the sound with a frequency too low to be heard in the normal human range?
Ministry of Justice Linham.
Subaudible.
No, anyone want to buzz from the comedians?
Comedians Walsingham.
Sub-bass.
No, it's infrasonic or infrasound. 10 points for this. What 6-letter noun links the titles of a fairy story that first appeared in English in 1757, the winners of the 2004 Booker Prize, the 2006 Orange Prize, and the Oscar for Best Film in 2000, and an 1877 children's story about a horse?
Ministry of Justice Linham.
Beauty.
Correct. Your bonuses, Ministry of Justice, are on wordplay. A boy's adventure hero published in the States from 1910 by Edward Stratemeyer. What is the surname of the Tom who gives his name to a variety of wordplay of which I need a pencil sharpener, the scholar said bluntly, is an example?
Tom Swifty. Swifty.
Tom Swifty.
Tom Swift, they're known as Swifties, is correct, yes. Implying a lack of enthusiasm, which hyphenated adverb appears in Wutke's 101 Tom Swifties as the conclusion to the following pun? I've had my left and right ventricles removed, Tom said.
Heartily.
Heartlessly. Yes.
Heartlessly.
No, it's half-heartedly. And can you finish this well-used Swiftie? Sorry I sent that SOS by mistake, Tom said.
SOS alarmingly, I guess.
Alarmingly?
Yeah.
Alarmingly.
No, it's remorsefully. We're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of popular music. 10 points if you can name the former head of state who used this song during his successful election campaign.
Ministry of Justice Fraser.
Bill Clinton.
Yes, it was. Fleetwood Mac's Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow, so you get music bonuses, 3 more songs that have been used by British political parties for various campaigns. Firstly, for 5 points, please give me the name of the artist and the political party which used this track at its 2005 conference.
Certainly not U2.
Who it is.
Let's
I
have
have
an
no
answer.
idea who it is. It's not you. Try it, Labour U2. It's not. I'm very sure.
And we need the party.
Labour.
Come on.
Try it.
U2 and Labour.
No, it was the Liberal Democrats and it was Stephen Gately's New Beginning. Secondly, which party used this track in a 2005 television political broadcast?
Franz Ferdinand and SNP.
No, I only needed the party. Unfortunately, it was the Scottish Green Party. Finally, which party used this track at its 2005 conference?
It's the most incongruous possible answer that's going to be voted at. Yeah, try to talk. I don't want to think about it, but try it.
Come on.
We're going to go for the Tories.
No, it was Labour. 10 points for this starter question. What word from the Latin meaning a person from the countryside was originally applied to any non-Christian?
Ministry of Justice Fraser.
Pagan.
Pagan is right. Your bonuses now are on an Italian city. Which city was described by Giorgio Vasari as the true home of the arts, as Athens was of the sciences?
Florence.
Correct. Leonardo da Vinci was among the pupils at the Florence studio of which sculptor and metalworker who, having seen his students' peerless contribution to his baptism of Christ, is traditionally said never to have painted again?
Sculptor. Who's that one who began with?
Donizetti.
No, go with that.
I don't know.
Donizetti is a composer. Donatello.
Well, Donatelli.
Donatello.
Yeah.
Donatello.
No, it was Verrocchio. Designed by Vasari in 1560, which palace in Florence was built as public offices and now houses a major art gallery? Correct. 10 points for this starter question. His surname regularly followed by the word regime in news broadcasts following his unilateral declaration of independence from Britain.
Ministry of Justice Fraser.
Ian Smith.
Ian Smith is right. Your bonuses, Ministry of Justice, are on magnetism. In 1600, William Gilbert was the first to give a rational description of the magnetism of what body?
Yeah, that sounds feasible.
The Earth.
Correct. Driven by swirling liquid iron in the Earth's core, what mechanism is believed to create the Earth's magnetic field?
Electromagnetic induction.
Try it.
Electromagnetic
No,
induction.
it's a dynamo effect. And on March the 5th, finally for 5 points, 1979, Voyager 1 flew by Jupiter to measure the dynamo effect created between it and which moon?
Ganymede.
No, Jupiter. Ganymede. Ganymede.
Come on.
Ganymede.
No, it's Io. Another starter question. In a sans serif font, the lowercase forms of which 2 successive letters of the alphabet are mirror...
Comedians Evans.
Q and P.
Correct, yes. Mirror images of each other. We're back into the contest with a set of bonuses on a region of Russia. Which Russian oblast or region is entirely separated from the rest of Russia and shares borders with Poland and Lithuania? Come on, let's have an answer.
Siberia.
Your geography's hopeless. No, it's Kaliningrad. The name of which German philosopher, a lifelong resident of the city, has been proposed as a substitute for Kalinin, a former Soviet president, in a new name to reflect the city's Russian-German heritage?
Kant.
Kant is correct. The Kaliningrad Oblast is a major source of what fossilised substance, which gives its name to an informal term for the region?
Amber.
Amber is correct. We're going to take a second picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a classic car. 10 points if you can tell me the manufacturer's name and the country where it was first built.
Ministry of Justice got him.
It's the Trabant from East Germany.
That is correct, yes. Picture bonuses, 3 more classic cars. Again, in each case, I need the manufacturer's name and the country where the car was first built. Firstly, for 5.
That is a Citroën from France. No. Citroën from France?
Yeah.
A Citroën from
No,
France.
it's a Skoda from Czechoslovakia. Secondly,
Is that an Austin? Is that a Packard?
No idea.
Packard from...
You're on your own here, guys.
let's have an answer.
Packard from Belgium.
That's a Daimler from Austria. And finally, for 5 points.
That's a Lada from Russia.
Czechoslovakia.
Russia. Yeah, definitely. A Lada from Russia.
A Lada from Russia is correct. Another starter question now. Thought to derive from the Latin for booty via a Scots word for a cattle raid, what 5-letter word means a lively, extravagant outing and regularly appears preceded...
Comedian Sinha.
Joust, that's wrong.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. And regularly appears preceded by the gerunds killing or shopping.
Ministry of Justice Linham.
Spree.
Spree is correct. Your bonuses are on a literary figure. Barbary Shore, The Deer Park and An American Dream are among the novels of which literary figure who died in November 2007?
Norman Mailer.
Correct. Mailer provoked controversy as well as the comment that a lack of self-esteem wasn't among his failings by publishing in 1997 the first-person narrative of which figure?
Gary Gilmore. Is it Gilmore? Gary Gilmore.
That was Jesus Christ. In a biographical work of 1973, which actress did Mailer describe as every man's love affair with America?
Marilyn Monroe would be a fairly good guess.
Marilyn Monroe.
Correct. Another starter question. Give the 2-word name of the institution founded in 1660 for the improvement of natural knowledge.
Ministry of Justice Linham.
Royal Society?
Yes. Your bonuses are on anatomy. Modulus is the anatomical name for a conical central pillar in the bony part of which organ of the body?
Sounds reasonable, yeah.
Ear.
Correct. Which term is used for the fluid that fills the space between the bony and membranous parts of the inner ear?
No, that's the eyes. It's the stuff that you use for balance. What's that called?
Come on, let's have an answer.
No.
Pass.
It's perilymph. And finally, the cochlea, the cavity of the inner ear concerned with the reception and analysis of sound, has what distinctive shape?
Spiral.
Spiral, shell-like is correct. 4.5 minutes to go, 10 points for this. It's a 3-word title taken from Gray's Elegy in a Country Churchyard. Which novel by Humphrey Cobb was...
Comedians Evans.
Glory.
Paths of Glory is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on military and naval history comedians, named after a reorganiser of the Prussian army during the Napoleonic Wars. Which German battlecruiser was sunk at the Battle of the North Cape in 1943?
Blucher.
No, it was the Scharnhorst, an ally of the Duke of Marlborough at Blenheim in 1704. Which Habsburg general gave his name to a heavy cruiser that fought alongside the Bismarck in 1941?
No idea.
That was Prince Eugen. And finally, named after a First World War admiral, which German pocket battleship was scuttled in Montevideo harbour after the Battle of the River Plate in 1939?
It's all gone.
Come on.
So it's gone.
That was the Graf Spee. 3.5 minutes to go, 10 points for this. Of the 3 airports that handle most of New York City's commercial air traffic, which one lies outside New York State?
Comedian Sinha.
Newark.
Newark is correct. Your bonuses are on alliterative expressions in popular culture. The 6 o'clock swill, by which drinking emporia closed at 6 p.m, was introduced during World War I and continued for more than 50 years in which country?
Is it Ireland?
Ireland.
No, it was New Zealand. The toddler's truce between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. ended in 1957. To what paternalistic piece of UK television scheduling does the term refer?
Watch with Mother.
Children's.
Come on.
Children's Hour.
No, transmissions ceased so the children could be put to bed. Quoted quickies were low-cost, inferior B-movies that developed as a result of legislation enacted during which decade to protect the British film industry?
No,
no.
1940s.
Come on.
1940s.
No, it's the 1920s. 10 points for this. Derived from the name of a cartoon character created by Harold Tucker Webster in 1924, which 11-letter noun is chiefly used in North America for a person who is timid or submissive?
Comedian Sinha.
Wallflower.
No, anyone want to buzz the Ministry of Justice? It's Milk Toast. 10 points for this. What title links a novel by Sarah Waters, shortlisted for the 2006 Man Booker Prize, and a painting of 1642 by Rembrandt?
Comedian Sinha.
The Night Watch.
Correct. Your bonuses are on Shakespeare. In each case, give the play that concludes with the following lines. Firstly, as you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free. Come on.
Go for anything.
Tale of Two Cities.
No, it's The Tempest. Well, while I live, I'll fear no other thing, so sore as keeping safe Nerissa's ring. Come on.
No, I know, but I don't. It's gone.
Don't know.
That's from The Merchant of Venice. And finally, give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore a
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Indeed. 10 points for this. Known as Panoptes after his eye, is said to number 100. Which giant?
Ministry of Justice Linham.
Argos.
Argus is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on an ethnic group. Saladin, the 12th century Sultan of Egypt and Syria, belonged to which distinct ethnic group of Indo-European origin?
He was Kurdish.
Correct. Around 95% of the world's Kurds live in 4 contiguous countries of West Asia. For 5 points, name 3 of them.
Turkey, Iraq, and Iran.
Yeah.
Turkey, Iraq, and Iran.
Syria's the other, that's right, with a Kurdish population of at least 500,000. Which EU member state is home to a large part of the Kurdish diaspora?
Germany.
Germany is right. 10 points for this. The name of a hunting ground for antique buyers in Paris, Le Marché aux Puces, translated literally into English, gives what...
Ministry of Justice got him.
A flea market.
Flea market is right. You get a set of bonuses are on mythical beasts. In Chinese mythology, what fabulous beast is known as Lung and rules the 4 seas?
Water dragon.
Come on.
Water dragon.
Water dragon.
And at the gong, the comedians have 100, Ministry of Justice have 215. It was a dragon. Well, comedians, bad luck. I don't think 100 is going to be big enough as a score to see you come back, but thank you very much for being... Sporting enough to take part anyway. 215, best score so far, Ministry of Justice, so who I expect we might well see you in the semi-finals. Thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you can join us next time, but until then, it's goodbye from the comedians.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from the Ministry of Justice.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Jeremy's back with more Keen Professionals Monday night at 8 on BBC Two. Now, coming up next tonight, Johnny Kingdom faces his fears. And later at 9, how the super rich are bleeding the rest of society dry.